Hey everybody, how you doing today? Mark here, and today what we're doing is we're returning to the John Muir trail system, and we are going to do the purple loop. Which is also the only loop that has a name. It's actually called the Rainy Dew Loop. I don't know why the other trails don't have names, but this one does. So this will be I believe this will be our third trail on this John Muir trail system that's all around through here. And it is a moderately difficult trail. And I think, again, the DNR has to either update their maps or they need to update their website. I don't know which one's right. The website says that it's 4.7 miles. The map, if you were to download the map of the park, says that it's 5.2 miles. I really don't know. Plus, I think I saw something else somewhere that said it was 5 miles. I don't know. I don't get it. This is the first time we actually get to go right instead of left, because we've done the brown and white trail, which go that way, but the purple, blue, and green go this way. Cool. I've never been on this section before, so it's going to be interesting to see what's on this portion of the trail. I did pick a good day to come out today because the last couple of days have just been rain. And if you look on the ground, you'll notice that the path does seem to be a bit wet. But because the storms went through, that means that the temperatures have really dropped. We were getting mid-90 temperatures with mid-90 humidity, and now it's sorry, just walked through a spider web. Now it's like 70 degrees. I think it's going to top out at around 80 today, which I'm not too worried about. This is such a thickly forested area. I don't think I'll have to worry too much about being in direct sunlight and everything. So yeah, I expect for the I'll just say 5 miles, because I don't know exactly what the distance is, but for the 5 miles, I'm going to say it's probably going to take me about 2 hours to do this entire loop. And there is a small portion, just like any loop that's in this park, there is a small portion that is strictly for this loop. All right, let's see what we can find today, and let's have fun, okay? All right, we've been walking right along the outskirts of this, but now we got into a man-made pine forest. You can tell it's man-made because all the trees are in a straight line. And of course, don't forget about these emergency route roads. You don't have to do anything with these. You don't take them, just keep on following your trail. So what have you guys been up to lately? Making any good food? Getting out on any good hikes? Riding your motorcycle everywhere or anywhere special? For me, after Jen and I have done our camping, we started talking a bit about our Route 66 vacation that we got coming up. All the money we spent over the past couple of months, repairs to the truck, buying the camper, all that stuff. she has decided that she will not be going on Route 66. That's a cool tree. Little stump coming out. That's neat. Jen has decided she will not be going on Route 66. From our expenses, the way gas prices are right now, she just cannot justify her going. So it is official, she is completely out of it. She has said I might be able to still go, because now without the car rental, the added gas for that car, and her flight home, we should be able to have enough money for me to do the trip. But at the same time, I know that money is tight at home, so I'm starting to wonder, should I even go? So yeah, right now, maybe I'll go. I haven't made that decision. I mean, I really want to. I really do. It's in my soul, it's in my heart that I want to go. So we'll see. Keep your eyes on the channel. I will make an announcement probably in the next couple of videos on whether or not I will be doing Route 66. So stay tuned for that, okay guys? And if you are unaware on when to come to my channel for new content, every Wednesday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. That is when my videos go up. That storm that we've had over the last 2 days was quite intense. I haven't heard thunder that loud in years. Last time I heard thunder crack that loud, the Beloit Memorial High School, which is like 5 blocks from our house, actually got struck by lightning. And that was a loud boom. And the thunder that we had just a couple of nights ago kind of mimicked that. It wasn't quite that loud, but it was really damn close. And it didn't happen just once. It happened like 4 or 5 times during that storm. Just a wham type noise. And oh, I tell you, that will wake you up with your heart a-racing. Did I miss a turn? I'm seeing right there, blue, brown, green. I am not seeing purple. Did I miss something? And that says rainy dew, 4 mile. So is that the 4 mile mark? We're a mile in? I don't know. All I think I've seen so far are the emergency vehicle paths. I don't think I've seen anything as far as another trail split or something like that. So I'm going to keep going and see if I come up to the rainy dew on another post. Check it out, guys. Wild raspberries. Nothing like it. Oh, that's good. When I was a kid, in our little town of Clinton, there was a train line that went through the outskirts of the town. And for me and my friends, that was a place to play. I know a lot of people who sit there going, oh, you don't play on train tracks, and I understand that. But as a kid, we didn't care. And we would go out to the train tracks all the time and find raspberry bushes lining the train tracks. And we would basically risk life and limb to get fresh wild raspberries. And I mean, we would come back home with a 5-quart container, you know, like an ice cream container, full of raspberries. And those were just the ones that we put in the bucket, not the ones that we ate while we were there. Oh, give them to Mom. She would make homemade raspberry jelly and stuff like that. Oh man, those things were good. Put them on ice cream and stuff. Oh, yeah. So yeah, whenever I find wild raspberries, I just find that it takes me back to my childhood again. I really do. The area that I just walked through, just back there, that was weird. There was like little tiny crickets all over the place. You know, kind of newish born crickets. And the whole floor was like just jumping with them. Yeah, it was quite weird. I've never seen something like that before. Coming up on top of a bald up here, I think. Looks like it goes around, goes up that way. Looks like that's the top of the hill right up there. Okay, so far, even though we had all that rain over the past couple of days, it's wet, but it's not mushy mud, okay? It's pretty firmly packed, pretty decent conditions, you know, all told. And all the rocks do create a little bit of an ankle twister problem. So you kind of always have to watch your feet, make sure you don't step on a rock wrong, because I've already had that happen twice where I've stepped on the side of a rock and kind of rolled my ankle. So far, nothing serious. I don't have a sprained ankle or anything like that. It's not sore, but just gotta be mindful of those rocks on the ground. Okay, got another post here. Let's see what it is. Now you gotta remember, now that we're looking at it on this side, it's for the bicyclists. It only says blue and green. That shouldn't be right. There should be a purple on there. I know I have not reached any intersection as far as trail loops go. This should read blue, green, and purple, and it doesn't. I don't know why. So yeah, it's just kind of confusing. I don't have to get off the blue-green trail until I get to intersection M10, I think. That's for John Muir, M. And intersection number 10. And that's when I'll get off the blue-green and I'll be on strictly purple. And then that will cut across to the brown loop. And then I will finish the day merged onto the brown loop. I tell you though, the path is quite overgrown. I didn't think so many branches would be sticking out. I mean, they're just little piddly branches like this. But I'm just kind of surprised that with all the activity that this trail system gets, I'm actually really surprised that these sticks and twigs and stuff are sticking out into the trail as much as they are. I was expecting something more like this. You know, sticks and twigs over here, but this is pretty clear. That's kind of what I was thinking it was going to be like, but apparently I'm wrong. Okay, so I came up to another post, blue, green, and then there's this one. I always considered that brown, but maybe that's actually purple, because I've seen that color on other posts. I know I'm not on the brown loop, so maybe they're considering that to be purple. But to me, that looks brown. I came up to a intersection here. So there's a connector trail, and I believe that goes to the Ice Age Trail. I think, maybe, I don't know. So we are going to turn left and follow that purple blaze. I'm going up a steep grade, and for the bikes they kind of put an embankment so they can ride up on that embankment. So yeah, right now I'm kind of going up a pretty good sized grade. That's pretty far. That's pretty steep, it really is. I know it doesn't look that way on the video, but yeah. I think I've seen an old trail that had been decommissioned, so I'm starting to think that maybe I found why there's an error between the mileages, between the map and the website. So maybe there used to be a trail that would cut down through the valley floor over there and reconnect just way up here. But instead, they brought us through this beautiful area, which I don't mind at all. This is quite nice. Okay, this is quite different. It's still a man-made forest. Again, you can see the straight line of trees going along. But the reason why this is different is because for the vast majority of this trail, we have been walking on hillsides, going up and down over ridges and stuff like that. I feel now that we're almost to the valley floor. Not quite, but close. Okay, so I came across that other trail, the other end of it. It didn't have a gate like this before. You know, back up the trail. It didn't have a gate, but it just, you know, they diverted you around it. It was definitely an old trail that just wasn't being used anymore. But now we've come to a trail closed up there. The gate technically is not locked, but it's definitely not a used trail anymore. And I actually saw a rainy due 2.5 mile sign there, but again, that's for the bicyclists, and I think that's how many miles they've covered. I don't think that's how many miles are to the end. So I should have only 2.5 miles to get to the end of Rainy Dew, and that will be the halfway point. because it's like 5 miles long. So cool, we're about halfway done. All right, coming up to a trail sign. This is weird. This tells me to turn and go off this way, but there's like no trail really. Is that right? Recovery zone. Huh, that's weird. I wonder if maybe this is the difference in the mileage things now. That the trail used to go through here and now it doesn't. Because the signs over here are definitely indicating to turn and go right. That's what all those arrows are saying. Unless they're talking about how the trail curves up there. But then why is the post back here? It should be up there. So yeah, maybe the arrows were meant that it was supposed to turn here instead of taking the emergency vehicle route there. So yeah, we'll kind of veer off to our right. That was just so weird that that post was a good 20 feet away from where the curve in the path really was. All right, guys, that right there in front of my toe, that is a deer print. And that's a small little deer. Here's another little piece right there. There's a little kicked up sand right there from a hoof. And there's another piece right there. And it just keeps on going down the path. There's a hoof. There's a hoof. Now these actually look bigger. So I wonder if this is Mama now doing these prints here. Those look considerably bigger than the first couple I saw. There's another deer print right there in the sand. Nice. Yeah, here's like a bunch of them. Deer, deer, deer. And that looks like a claw mark right there. Could be a coon, could be a possum. I was just going to say that, you know, look at all this loose sand that they have down here. I don't know if that was purposely placed or if that's something that they, you know, just the landscape, and that's what it is just all this loose sand. But yeah, that was the first deer prints I've seen all day. Here's some more of those clawed footprints there. Again, I probably want to say that's going to be a coon or a large squirrel. Okay, so we have gotten a little bit into the forested man-made pine forest, so it's a little more sparse through here. I get a little bit more of the breeze, which is nice. But I also get a lot more of the sun. But that also means that it's a little more dried out than it was back up in the hills up there in that a heavily forested area. So it feels a little nicer, even though it is considerably warmer. It's just not as humid. Oh, okay, there's a little sign here. What's that say? The beach. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, after all, we walked through a pretty sandy area. And like I said, I don't know if that was normal or if they actually brought it in for the trail. So apparently that must be normal. All right, it looks like we're getting out of the forested area, or the man-made pine forested area, and back into the thicker natural forest. I have seen one person on the trail now. There's a bicyclist going the other way, of course, because if you haven't seen the other videos on the Southern Kettle Moraine Trail System parkways, the Emma Carlin and this John Muir, bicycles go one way, hikers go the other way. And the reason they do that is so you do not have bicyclists flying up behind hikers, spooking them, scaring them, running them over by accident. But yeah, so far, one bicyclist. And actually, being that it was such a beautiful morning, I really expected to see a fairly full parking lot when I got here, and there was just one other car here. Well, I should say two, but I think the other one was a park worker. All right, so I still got some of that man-made pine forest stuff over here, but the stuff on my right, it's all heavily natural forest area. Oh yeah, the Pioneer Lime Kiln. I've been there before. It's just that. Last time I was there, though, it really was nothing much to look at because it's all overgrown with weeds and stuff, so maybe I won't. But yeah, last time I was here, I actually was doing an Ice Age trail segment, and I got off of it to go look at that Pioneer Lime Kiln. And basically all it is, literally, a hole in the ground where they burned a bunch of wood so they could extrude lime out of the rocks. And the only thing that you could really see are some of the stone walls of the kiln from the inside, but it was so overgrown with vines and weeds and stuff like that that you really could not see much of anything. Oh wow. Now, this is still the man-made pine forest, but look how big and old these trees are. Wow, some of them are really quite thick. I mean, like that tree right there, that's about probably 2.5 inches or 2.5 feet across the trunk there. That's a good sized tree. And they got bigger ones. So yeah, these trees have been planted a long time ago. Oh, this is the meadow area, I think. Cool. I think this is actually labeled on the map. Boy, I tell you. Stepped out of the shadows of the forested area onto this meadow. And it got warm. Wow. You know, all these purple little I want to say that they're clovers, but I'm not sure. They could be thistle, but they don't look like thistle either. They look like something else. So yeah, this meadow area is really quite nice. I actually was trying to make another recording, but the file corrupted as soon as I stopped it. The camera froze up. But I was trying to film some butterflies. There were a couple of monarchs just over in this area that were fighting and flying around each other. Then there's a big black and yellow one that I saw. So yeah, a lot of butterflies around all these flowers. A lot of bumblebees too. So careful of the bees. I mean, you leave the bees alone and they don't attack you or anything. So just be mindful. But I mean, they're like flying across the path and I can hear them buzzing on each side of me. But they're more interested in the flowers than they are of you. So pay them no mind and just keep walking. All right, so there's the bicyclist sign for Kissing Meadow. I knew it was something meadow, but I couldn't remember what it was. But rainy dew, 1.5 miles. So only 1.5 miles to go. All right, I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but there's a bit of a pond over there. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe, no, that's not. Might have been at one time, but now it's just full of grasses and stuff. Yeah, I do see water down there, so I think that was probably a decent little pond at one point. The pond of nothing over here. Not even water. I mean, maybe there's still standing water throughout all the grasses and stuff there. But, yeah, nothing really shows as far as water right now. It just looks like an empty void of tall grass. All right, here's another trail crossing, MR1. So I believe this is the orange loop coming down and meeting here. Yep. Okay. So we are looking for intersection M10, which should be the very next one. Whew. I've been going up and up and up. We are still going up and up and up. I've gone down and up a couple more times, and now it looks like I'm coming up to an intersection divider here, and this is where I go left to stay on the purple loop. So there's the sign right there. Purple, go left. Orange, green, blue, go right. And I'm glad, because there's like a big hill right there. I really don't want to go up there right now. It's not really big, it's just steep. All right, let's keep going this way. Oh, wow, check out that big burl knot on his tree. That's cool. I think burl knots are neat. I really do. I have no idea what causes them. I don't know if it's considered like a cancer to the tree or what, but it looks cool. Okay, so yep, look at this. Got some steps here, and it just keeps going up. So far it's not super rocky, but we literally have just gotten on this trail, so I'm not ready to pass judgment on it. Oh, it's not as hard as people said. Let's keep moving, and we'll find out. Okay, been going up a pretty good sized hill, and then we hit a little level spot, and then usually it just circles around and keeps going up. It is fairly rocky. I just ran around some switchbacks back there, and those were really rocky. So yeah, this is making my heart go a bit here, and we're still gonna go up. I should probably stop and drink down some water, but right now I've got the drive. Oh, check out the bark on that tree. Let's get around on the... I like how it kind of seems to spiral down. That's neat. I am just going to keep on pushing, keep the heart rate up, keep burning calories, and keep the leg muscles moving, because if I stop for too long, the the leg muscles will start cooling off, and then when I start going again, they'll be a little stiff and sore and stuff. So I'd rather just kind of keep pushing. Wow. Sorry, it's like a drop off into this. I don't know if it's a gully or if it's it might actually be a kettle. But it's just a nice drop off, probably about a good 40 feet. And that's pretty far down there. That looks cool. Holy crap. crap. What happened to that tree? It looks like it got split into 3. You got a portion going down that way. You got another portion going off that way. And then you got this portion here going up and over. Holy crap. I've never seen anything like that before. Wow. Okay. There's been logging going on. You know, you can see the cut stuff all over the place. That tree was not cut. That tree got ripped apart. I mean, hell, as far as I know, they could have put 2 big bulldozers or 1 big bulldozer on each section and just said, okay, you go that way, you go that way, you go that way, and just ripped the tree apart. Could have been wind damage. I don't know. Maybe Sasquatch. Possibly. Aliens. Very probable. But that was cool, though. That really was. I don't want to take that lightly. That was cool. Well, this is the end of the purple solo segment here. The purple only area. You can see right there. Meeting up with brown and white now. Dang. So everything we've seen from here. Now the white turns around and goes off on its own. The brown and purple stay together. So we are almost done. Kind of zigzagging through this man-made pine forest, which is, again, it's nice. It's open enough to where I'm getting breezes blowing through these little channels of trees, you know, those little openings between each of these big rows. So I do get a small breeze coming off of them. Okay, I think I'm probably within a half mile to the end, so I'm going to start wrapping this up a little bit. And I want to say that the trail conditions were great, as per usual. The trail, even though we had rain for like a day and a half, I only saw 1 small puddle of standing water. Other than that, it's been pretty dry. Buggy in areas, not all the time. I think the worst conditions I saw for bugs was when I was getting swarmed with mosquitoes when I walked around that small pond. But short of that, when I was walking around all those small little crickets, and literally the whole floor of the trail was moving and jumping and stuff. It was kind of weird, but it's been a wonderful hike. I have seen 6 people. Now, last time I was here, I don't remember all of this logging. I remember there was logging going on. I don't remember it being all the way over here. Yeah, I remember this area because this path over here is where blue, green, orange, and white all reconnect with the brown and purple here. This used to be all closed off because of all the logging and cutting down. All right, so if you are new to this channel, my name is Mark. My channel name is Chef Hiker Biker because those are the 3 things that I like doing. I am a professionally trained chef, went to school for 2 years and have an associate's degree in culinary arts. I love hiking, camping, and stuff like that. So I am constantly out on the trails, out in the state parks, national parks, even local parks, county parks, trying to find trails that I can have some fun on. And then there's my motorcycle. I ride a 2007 Vulcan 1600 Classic. I bought it brand new. I just recently turned over 75,000 miles on that bike, and I put every one of those miles on myself. All right, here we are. This is the little rest area, picnic tables all over there, over there. I always thought this was supposed to be like a concession stand or something like that, but I don't know. I do want to thank you. If this is your first time to my channel, I want to thank you for stopping by, sharing in the adventure, and I hope you'll see fit that my content is good and you'll subscribe and want to see more. Even dig around my channel, guys. I've got over 300 videos on my channel. 300. So this is Marc saying thanks again for stopping by, watching the video. Give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I really do. Make a comment down below. I read and reply to all of them. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the road. Bye.